Good morning, class. Magic Trios chapter 6 and 7. Remember, your Magic Trios books should be in your nice little totes. Pop those out. Follow along. Use your pointy fingers. Dinosaur Valley. So far, we've seen two. We've seen the Pteranodon, and we have seen the Triceratops. Today, we're going to see a couple more. Annie, look at this, Jack called. Look what I found. Annie had gone up on the hilltop. She was picking flowers from the magnolia tree. Annie, look, a medallion, shouted Jack. But Annie wasn't paying any attention to Jack. She was staring at something on the other side of the hill. Oh, wow, she said, clutching her magnolia flower. She looked off down the hill. Annie, come back, Jack shouted, but Annie had disappeared. Oh, brother, Jack muttered. He stuffed the golden medallion into his jeans pocket. Then Jack heard Annie shriek. Annie, he said. Jack heard another sound as well, a deep bellowing sound like a tuba. Jack, come here, quick, Annie called. Jack raced up the hill. When he got to the top, he gasped. The valley below was filled with nests. Big nests, made out of mud. The nests were filled with tiny dinosaurs. Now, when I think of a nest, I always think of a nest up in a tree, but there's many animals that actually make nests on the ground. Ducks and geese will lay their eggs in nests built right on the ground. Turkeys will lay their eggs right on the ground in a nest. Now, these are giant ones made out of mud. If you're doing a good job predicting, you're probably predicting it's not a turkey nest with eggs in it. Let's find out. Annie was crouching next to one of the nests. Towering over her was a gigantic duck-billed dinosaur. Don't panic. Don't move, said Jack. He stepped slowly down the hill towards Annie. The huge dinosaur was waving her arms and making that tuba sound. Jack stopped. He didn't want to get too close. He knelt on the ground. Okay, move towards me slowly, he said. Annie started to stand up. Don't stand, crawl, said Jack. Clutching her flower, Annie crawled towards Jack. Still bellowing, the duck-billed dinosaur followed her. Annie froze. Keep going, said Jack. Annie started crawling again. Jack inched further down the hill until he was just an arm's distance from Annie. He reached out and grabbed her hand. He pulled Annie toward him. Stay down, Jack said. He crouched next to her. Bow your head. Pretend to chew. Chew? Asked Annie. Yeah, said Jack. I read that's what you're supposed to do if a mean dog comes at you. She's no dog, Jack, said Annie. Just chew, said Jack. Jack and Annie both bowed their heads and pretended to chew. Soon, the dinosaur grew quiet. Jack looked up. I don't think she's mad anymore, he said. You saved me, said Annie. Thanks. You have to use your brain, Annie, said Jack. You can't go running to the nest of babies. There's always a mother nearby. Annie stood up. Annie, don't, said Jack. Too late. Annie held out her magnolia flower to the dinosaur. I'm sorry I made you worry about your babies, she said. The dinosaur moved closer to Annie. She grabbed the flowers from her hand. She reached for another. No more, said Annie. The dinosaur let out a sad tuba sound. But there are more flowers up there, Annie said. She pointed to the top of the hill. I'll get you some. Annie hurried up the hill. The dinosaur waddled after her. Jack quickly looked at the dinosaur babies. Some were crawling out of their nest. Where are all the other mothers? Jack wondered. Jack took out the dinosaur book. He flipped through the pages. He found a picture of some duck-billed dinosaurs. He read the caption. The Ankylosaurus lives in colonies while a few mothers babysit the nest. The others go look for food. So they were probably more mothers close by looking for food. Hey, Jack, Annie called. Jack looked up. Annie was at the top of the hill, feeding magnolia flowers to the giant Ankylosaurus. Guess what, Annie said. She's nice, too. Suddenly, the Ankylosaurus made her terrible tuba sound. Annie crouched down and started to pretend like she was chewing. The dinosaur charged down the hill. She seemed afraid of something. Jack put the book on the top of his pack. He hurried to Annie. I wonder why she ran away, said Annie. We were starting to be friends. Jack looked around. What he saw in the distance almost made him faint. An enormous monster was coming across the plain. I wonder what kind of monster it is. Go ahead and predict. Remember, your predictions, you can be right or you can be wrong, and it's no problem if you're wrong predicting what kind of monster it is. I don't see it on this picture. The monster was walking on two strong legs. It was swinging a long, thick tail dangling two teeny little arms. It had a huge head, and the jaw was wide open. Even from far away, Jack could see its long, gleaming, sharp teeth. Tyrannosaurus Rex. I hope you predicted that. I mean, it's kind of obvious. The biggest and baddest dinosaur, the monster of all the dinosaurs, was the Tyrannosaurus Rex. With its razor-sharp teeth, a predator, a carnivore, eats meat. And here it is, in the same plane as Jack and Annie. I wonder what's going to happen next. Chapter 7. Ready, set, go. Annie, run, Annie, run, Jack cried. Run to the treehouse. Jack and Annie dashed down the hill together. They ran through the tall grass and ferns and past the pteranodon. They scrambled up the rope ladder and tumbled into the treehouse. Annie leaped to the window. It's going away, she said, panting. Jack pushed his glasses into place. He looked out the window with Annie. The Tyrannosaurus was wandering off. But then the monster stopped and turned around. Duck, said Jack. The two of them ducked their heads. After a long moment, they peeked out the window again. Coast is clear, said Jack. Yeah, whispered Annie. We have to get out of here, said Jack. You made a wish before, said Annie. Right, said Jack. He took a deep breath. I wish I could go back to Frog Creek. Nothing happened. I said, I wish, said Jack. Wait, said Annie. You were looking at a picture of the dinosaur book, remember? Oh, no. I left the book in my pack on that hill, said Jack. I have to go back. Forget it, said Annie. Now, Annie's usually the one like, let's go, let's be dangerous. And now she's like, forget it. And Jack's like, I have to. I can't, said Jack. The book doesn't belong to us. Plus, my notebook with all my notes is in the pack. And my, okay, said Annie. I'll hurry, said Jack. He climbed quickly down the ladder and leaped to the ground. Jack raced past the pteranodon, through the ferns, through the tall grasses, up the hill. He looked. His pack was lying on the ground. On top of it was the dinosaur book. But now the valley below was filled with Anatosauruses. Must be all the mothers came back. They were all standing guard around the nest. Where had they been? Did fear of the Tyrannosaurus send them home? Jack took a deep breath. Ready, set. Ran to his backpack. He scooped it up. He grabbed the dinosaur book. Jack heard a terrible tuba sound. Then another and another. All the Anatosauruses were bellowing at him. Jack took off. He raced up to the hilltop. He started down the hill. He stopped. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was back. It was standing between Jack and the treehouse. Ah! Chapter 8. Sorry, guys. Chapter 7 is all we have time for. You have to wait till tomorrow, or go ahead and read it on your own. Have a blessed day.